still feel full and gross and bloated. So I think I'm doing this priming thing right.
So I almost quit priming today because
This isn't a weight loss journey. This isn't a fitness journey. This is like a mental health journey.
This is a wild ride, you guys. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, and today this video is going to be all about my experience on the Carnivore priming protocol, which is 14 days long. Now, I did start Carnivore back on March 22nd, and then on April the 11th, I did go ahead and start the Carnivore priming protocol. Boy, oh boy, let's just say it has definitely been a wild ride. The reason I started the Carnivore priming protocol was actually multiple videos that I was watching, but one video in particular by Steak and Butter Gal.
Just eat, even if you're confused, even if you're not sure, even if you just kind of feel like it, just eat.
And she was talking about her experience priming for basically the first 6 months that she was carnivore, and how it helped her to relearn her satiety signals and her hunger cues. And I very much have been dealing with feeling like I'm a bottomless pit for a very long time. In fact, probably because I've restricted so much in the past, I always feel hungry and there has been a lot of food noise going on for me. So I thought, you know what? I'm already doing carnivore. Let's take one more step forward and try the Carnivore priming protocol. So what this is going to be is essentially a vlog, just the real and raw journey of the next 14 days while I am doing Carnivore priming. Let's talk about day one of priming, which is on Saturday. I was mostly eating how Coach Raymond talks about how you should prime, except for the fact that I was still putting stevia in my coffee in the morning, and that was the only thing sweet that I was eating. So I removed the stevia on Saturday and I was freaking depressed. I got the SADS really bad. I had no energy, and I just had a lot of moments where there was a lot of prayer, a lot of talking to my husband and feeling sorry for myself. And it was just a very rough day removing that last thing that tasted sweet out of my diet. I didn't realize how much it was going to affect me, but just being addicted to a sweet flavor, even if it's not real sugar, apparently that was me. So that was very rough. The second day, which was on Sunday, was a bit easier as far as dealing with the lack of sweetness. I've finally started to kind of taste more subtle flavors in my coffee and still am enjoying it, but not nearly as much as when it's sweetened with stevia. So I don't know if I'll go back after priming, but for right now, that's what I've been instructed to do. I'm going to try to stay as adherent to the priming protocol as I possibly can so that I can have the best results and the best healing, and hopefully not have to extend it. Oh, what's up? Good morning. So, hey, how's it going? Started a new thing. I'm doing priming. Priming, you can look into it. Steak and Butter Gal Bella has a full-on video, multiple videos about it on her YouTube channel, but I joined her group specifically to learn more about the priming protocol and hoping that online community would be, that carnivore community would be a good fit for me. So what is priming? So basically priming is very thoroughly nourishing your body with carnivore food until you just kind of get tired of eating, and you're tired of eating as frequently, and you're tired of eating as much, so that you can start moving into an intermittent fasting protocol where there's certain days and certain weeks where sometimes you're eating twice a day, once a day, I think there's another part of it. I'm not fully into the process after this 2 week of priming. I'm not 100% sure how it goes after that, but there's a variation. It's been created by Coach Raymond, who's on Steak and Butter Gals team, and it just very much spoke to me. But anyway, so basically that's what it is. You are eating a lot the first 2 weeks. You're just like stuffing yourself. And then after that, if you feel like you're done and you feel gross and disgusting, that's how I'm feeling right now. You're just like so tired of eating. Like you'll know when you're done pushing food, then you can start into the other part of the protocol. So let's talk about priming itself though, because that's what I'm currently doing and focused on right now. Priming is 14 days unless you don't kind of reach your peak, right? And so I'm hoping that my priming will be 14 days and that's it. We'll see what happens after that. So the stuffing yourself part, by the way, which is probably the biggest part that I would be curious about if I'd heard about this for the first time, you would think that it would be easy because I'm fat and because obviously I've had to eat a lot to get to the weight that I'm currently at, but it is a chore. Coach Raymond talks about it as think about eating food as your job. It 100% feels like it's my job to eat. Due to this protocol, you are supposed to eat within an hour of waking up, which I quit eating breakfast that early years and years and years ago when I started following Jason Fung and the intermittent fasting idea. And so I try to push off breakfast as long as I can until I can't really stand it anymore. And then I'm truly very, very hungry, almost to the point of ravenously hungry. That's typically what I do. And so this has been quite the adjustment, eating breakfast first thing in the morning. It's really gross for me. Like, it's just, I feel like I don't feel like it. I don't feel like it. But then at the same time, I do feel hungry, but I don't feel like eating in the morning because I'm kind of queasy. I'm like hungry and queasy at the same time. And then like I'll take a bite and then my hunger does get like activated and then I finish the breakfast. But by the time I'm finishing the breakfast, the last couple of bites, I feel again like gross and bloated. I feel so much bloating, and I think it's because like the food, because I'm eating 3 times a day now, the food just hasn't had time to get through my digestive tract. Like it's just not enough of a break off of food for me to feel like I fully have gotten rid of everything that I have been eating. And that's a really unsettling feeling, and I don't like it. I had breakfast first thing this morning as I was supposed to. I've had 2 bowel movements already, and I still feel full and gross and bloated. So I think I'm doing this priming thing right. As far as like the emotional stuff that I was going through before, I think probably the biggest thing that has sucked aside from feeling full and bloaty is the lack of energy. I have been extremely low energy, and I looked at my vitamins and I realized it's because I wasn't taking my vitamin B. I am taking a vitamin B complex right now. And so I'm hopefully going to be able to get off of that the longer that I'm on carnivore so I can get all my nutrients from meat. But for right now, there's a noticeable difference when I'm not taking it. And so I took my vitamin B, which is probably why I had enough gumption and energy to even check in and film this video to let you know how priming is actually going. Also, with the low energy, I typically will always work out on Saturday, like pretty much unfailing. If I don't work out at all throughout the rest of the week, I will do that. I did not work out on Saturday, which is really weird for me. I just didn't have the energy for it. I was too sad to do it. I had no energy to do anything except watch Ted Lasso after my husband and I went and picked up groceries. And that sucked. On Sunday, I had a little bit more energy. I got enough energy to kind of organize my garage and try to pretty it up and make it look a little bit nicer. But other than that, yeah. Oh, and also now I like have the burps right now as I'm talking, just so freaking full of food. Ugh. Okay. All right. But yeah, that's basically it. That's day 4, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
A few moments later.
I've pooped 3 times today, and it's just now 12 o'clock, and I feel so sick to my stomach. Like I'm having stomach cramps. I feel physically ill right now. and I was having that like salivating jowl feeling that you get before you puke. So I'm definitely not going to eat right now. Coach Ray says you should eat like 4 to 6 hours in between each meal. And so the farthest I could push that, I'm already at about the 5 hour mark, and 1 o'clock would be the 6 hour mark. But really, he says that because like, it's just like I feel bloated, and there's like a fist just like squeezing in my stomach, and I feel gross. So he says that you should uh you're trying to allow 4 to 6 hours in between meals so that you can fit in your 3 meals a day. So I'll see how quickly I eat again, but I'm only 4 days into priming and I'm already feeling like this, and I think maybe I was going too gung-ho on priming. He says to make it so you're comfortably stuffed, and I was also watching videos from Bella being like, hey, if you're hungry, like, and you don't know your hunger signals, that's okay. Eat more, right? Like, that's good. You should get to a point where you can really understand that, because I don't understand that yet. But I think it's working, because something's different now, because I am feeling like physically ill, like I've had too much to eat. And I ate at 7 o'clock this morning. And so 7 o'clock, 7:20, something like that before work. And it is 12:23 and I'm feeling gross and ill, and I really don't want to eat. Like, I really don't want to eat. And so this just doesn't seem healthy. This doesn't seem healthy. I also don't want to be a quitter because I'm on day 4 of what should be 14 of priming. So maybe I am hitting that point where you're feeling like I don't want to eat anymore just a lot faster than than most people typically do. I'm not sure. I don't even know. I've been like bargaining in my head. I'm like, maybe you should just do a 7-day prime instead of a 14-day. For the more experienced carnivores, Ray has people do a like 3 to 5 day priming, and I'm on day 4 right now, so yeah, I don't know. I feel sick to my stomach though, and this is not enjoyable, and I want to feel well, and I want to have enough energy to work out again. I miss lifting. I didn't lift at all last week. I didn't feel up to it. And I thought I would lift on Saturday, but because I started priming, I just didn't have the energy for it. I'd cut out stevia, and I was dealing with that. And yeah, I just feel like gross and sick right now. And, ugh. I have a stitch in my side, and it's almost 2 o'clock. And if I'm going to be hungry enough to eat at 6, I should try to eat right now. It's crazy to say this, but now I do feel kind of hungry. Not like fully hungry, but like kind of hungry, so I probably should eat. This is a wild ride, you guys.
Okay, I just finished lunch. I'm still feeling hungry after I ate. It's like when I eat, then it like awakens my appetite. And my portions are already starting to get smaller on day 4. This is lunchtime. So I did end up making some browned butter bites that Steak and Butter Gal has a video about. I can show you what the video looks like, I think, somewhere around here, or maybe I'll link it. I made those last night, and I'm gonna try them today after they've been fully frozen and see if that'll, see if that'll be enough to just make me feel like stopping eating, because it's just pure butter, just browned frozen butter. Okay, so shall we try them together? So this is what they look like. They're frozen. And so this would be a bit less, maybe a tablespoon and a half, or no, this would be 2 tablespoons and some extra. Yeah, so I'll try these and we'll see how I feel. That last bite was hard to get down, and that's right, bacon. We are comfortably stuffed, I'd say. I have no desire for any more food after eating those 2 brown butter bites. So, mission accomplished. I'm not feeling queasy in my stomach. I am feeling full though. Okay. I just had my first meal and I had it within the first hour of waking up. My last bite, I was gagging a little bit for the very last bite. And I'm noticing that already the size of the meals are getting smaller. That was like 5 little sausage patties and 4 eggs for my breakfast. And I'm already having to like cut down on the amount of food that I'm eating in the morning. I'm gonna take that as a positive sign for sure.
Hey there, just finished one of our calls for my work and waiting on the Zoom to finish downloading so I can get it uploaded and everything. I feel okay today. Like I feel like I had a breakthrough, a literal breakthrough. I had a second BM this morning that was rather explosive, and after that, I feel like some pressure has been relieved for sure. I'm not feeling as bloated. I'm feeling more of an empty feeling instead of just being like packed full, and I'm feeling lighter and more energetic right now. And I'm so happy for that because I was like, those first 4 days priming were not good, not rough. And so I'm really glad to get a break and feeling kind of like a really heavy, weighed down. I just felt really heavy and weighed down the first 4 days. And so it's really nice to finally start to feel better. Usually loose stools, you're like, oh, that's a problem. But it wasn't like it's like it relieved pressure. It's like, well, I don't know if you guys have ever had an infection. And then you let out like a boil, for instance. So I have gotten so many boils because I have a skin condition called hidradenitis suppurativa. And if you have an abscess or a boil or just some type of infection in your skin that needs to be drained, it can get really sensitive and just bother you and cause you a lot of pain and sensitivity. And then when it finally is ready to be drained and you let all of that out, so much pressure gets relieved and you feel a sense of relief, which is so disgusting. But that's how I feel. I feel like some pressure has been relieved and I'm feeling a lot better, and I'm really hoping that this means I'm on an upswing. But right now is the best I have felt on day 5 of priming than I have since Saturday when I started.
This is day 6 of priming. This is the morning. Later in the morning than normal though. I woke up earlier than when my alarm went off and had some stomach distress and had to use the restroom immediately. And then I was so exhausted after that, I went back to sleep for a little bit and then I woke up later. Let my boss know that I would need to start work later in the day. Like that was rough. I did wake up once and didn't have a meal because I was, sick or whatever. And so I finally just did officially get out of bed a couple of hours later and I made my first meal of the day and I couldn't finish it. It was 4 eggs and 4 sausage patties, and there's a bite left of egg and a bite left of sausage patty because another 2 bites made me feel really sick to my stomach. So right now it's kind of a breakthrough though, because now I know what comfortably full feels like. Like I'm comfortable, I'm full. And I knew that if I ate another bite, that then I would be uncomfortably full. And so this has been great for me, learning those cues from my body and being able to listen to it a bit better. I wanted to share something with you guys as well, that like this epiphany, this thought, whatever, that I was having while I was listening to another gal who I follow, another gal on YouTube. Her name is Shrinking Allison. I'll like put her info up here. And she is also on a weight loss journey, and she is having a rough week, and she had posted about it. And I had been honestly jealous because she had been losing weight really quickly, and I've been struggling to lose weight. I gained a couple more pounds before I just put the scale away entirely last week. And that's when I realized, like, oh, if I'm this upset because the scale is reading 240 right now, then I need to take a break from the scale, especially because I am priming. And so I'm fully nourishing myself. So my weight, I couldn't even imagine like what's going on with my weight on the scale currently. Anyway, Allison gained some weight, and that's not the end of the world. The deeper problem is just that she's having a hard time right now, and mentally, and she's going through a lot of stressors in her life, like a lot. And go watch her YouTube video if you're more curious about what exactly is going on with her. But I'm very much rooting for you, Allison, in case you ever see this, and I'm praying for you. And I hope that you find the healing that you need internally, inside of your body and in your mind. But all that to say that there's this Bible verse. I believe it's in the book of Mark, and it is when the 3 friends are with their buddy who is paralyzed, and Jesus is preaching, and they lower their friend who's paralyzed down on the mat from the ceiling to Jesus to see if Jesus would be willing to heal this paralyzed man. And the Pharisees are there, and Jesus knew what they were thinking, and he tells the Pharisees, would it be easier for me to say your sins are forgiven? Or would it be easier to say, take up your mat and walk home? And I just had this deeper realization about this fitness and weight loss journey that I'm on, right? That I think that we're all on, if we're on it, which is weight gain is a symptom of something else going on deeper inside. And we know that, but at the same time, like I know that intellectually I'm aware of that. But at the same time, that's the thing that I see. I see the weight. I see the extra fat. I see the bad skin. I see the weird receding hairline and hair loss. Like those are the things that I see. I'm not seeing what's going on inside of my body. I know how I'm feeling, as far as like the energy dips up and down when I have too many carbs, but mostly it's just something that you visibly see. There's a lot more healing that needs to happen inside of me, my mind, my relationship with food, and the choices that I make with food, than just me being able to see something short term on the scale or inches lost or a difference when I take a picture. So now I'm like, this isn't a weight loss journey. This isn't a fitness journey. This is like a mental health journey to heal a bad relationship or an unhealthy relationship with food. And that is really the only way that it's going to be sustainable. I knew when I set this goal to be under 200 pounds by the end of 2025 that I was going to have to face mental and emotional blocks, because that's why I'm still the weight that I am. It's not just she isn't aware, she doesn't know the foods to eat, she doesn't know how to cook healthy foods. It's not any of that. It's the relationship with food. And so being forced during this priming meal that I just had right now was so good. It was so instructional for me eating extremely nutritious food, just fat and protein. And knowing that if I take 2 more bites, like, it's a breakthrough, dude. It is a breakthrough. And I don't know if I properly explained the Bible story. You know, I'm not a pastor or anything. I'm a Christian. I believe in the Lord and I believe in Jesus Christ. And that story was just on my mind because our pastor talked about it on Sunday. And I just feel like the Lord is saying, everyone thinks that the hard thing is taking up your mat and walking. And really, it's believing in God and the Lord forgiving your sins and you having faith. Like, that's the hard thing. And so it all kind of it all circles back to, like, you know, the command of the most important command, which is love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, all your strength, and all your mind. And the second one, which is love your neighbor as yourself. I need to love myself as well. So just continuing this journey of taking care of myself like somebody that I really love and someone that I care about. Being respectful to myself. Not harming myself with food or feeling some feeling of negativity or boredom or whatever the case may be, and trying to stuff food down it so that I don't feel it anymore so I can numb the feeling. I hope that was all clear. I don't know if I'll post this or not. I'll have to rewatch it and see if it makes any sense. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing well on your health, fitness, weight loss journey.
It's pork shoulder mixed with eggs.
Hey, good morning. It is day 7 of priming and it is Friday, so I did get on the scale and weigh in. Yes, I broke out my scale this morning. I definitely had some anxiety and some thoughts around it, but I thought that it would be good to kind of mark if there's been any change in my weight since starting priming. I was up 4 pounds when I started. So last week I weighed in at 240 and my lowest was 236 pounds. And then this morning when I got on the scale, it was 244 pounds. And I mean, nobody likes to see the scale go up when they're on a weight loss journey. That means that I'm up 8 pounds total from my lowest this year, which was 236. I've lost 10 pounds total in the year. So 80% of the loss is now regained is one way that you can look at it, which is technically how, I mean, that's just a fact, weight-wise. I'll take some check-in pictures and see how my body is actually looking comparatively to last week and the week before when I was my lowest. I have been feeling for the majority of the week queasy and bloaty and full, and so that would definitely explain why the scale has gone up. There's also been a lot of intangible breakthrough things that have happened and a lot of healing that has happened as well, and I'm not ready to surrender the healing happening with my hormones or with my skin for that weight on the scale. And I'm just going to trust that this is a process and that the weight will go down when it's time, and that probably what's really needing to happen is healing in my body. So I'm just going through this, and I thought I should share this because this is very real and it's what I'm going through. And I hope that if you are priming or you're getting rid of or quitting a lot of different things as you are on your carnivore journey or just trying to be healthier, that you can hear from somebody who's also been through it and going through it, and sort of the thoughts that are going through my head right now. But that's a lot of premise. After I got off work, I had a particularly stressful day, and I don't know if it was really that stressful or if maybe I was just triggered and I didn't have any substances to make me feel better, like sugar or the taste of sugar or pop or all the different chemicals that were in all of the keto-fied foods that I was eating, or what the case may be. But I had a particularly difficult day, and then I was stressed out, and then I went and took it out on my husband after I got off work. And I realized, I apologize. I'm like, hey, I just realized what I did and I'm sorry. I don't know how to handle this feeling, this uncomfortable feeling of, I call it stressy depressy, just like having a really uncomfortable negative feeling and being kind of sad and like not knowing how to deal with it. What it did was it made me realize that I was just stuffing those feelings down by putting food in my mouth, all different types of food. Meat doesn't do that. It doesn't help me with my emotions, it turns out. Meat and fat don't do that. Other foods did. And keto desserts for sure did. Even though they were keto, I still had addiction issues with them, and I still was feeling drawn to keto desserts. And I told my husband, I haven't had a single sweet tasting thing in my mouth for the past 7 days. And I don't have any energy. I've been having explosive diarrhea. I have brain fog, and I can see the positive effects, but I also am dealing with a lot of side effects of adaptation. And my husband was like, just put some stevia in some coffee and have a cup of coffee, because I haven't quit caffeine, but coffee doesn't taste good to me without sweetness in it. It tastes gross, so I'll drink some, but like, what's the point? And my husband said, put some stevia in coffee and drink it. That's just too many things for you to essentially adapt to at one time. And I haven't drank any yet, but I told him to make the pot of coffee, and I'm considering it. And I'm thinking, is that failing? Did I make a commitment to myself that I wasn't going to eat anything sweet or drink anything sweet during priming? And so is that failing? And I'm kind of torn, and I don't know. I had my dinner, which, by the way, dinner was a win. I ate until I was comfortably stuffed, and maybe, I don't know. I'm waiting to see if I need to eat anymore, but I didn't just black out, eat dinner, and come to when I was uncomfortably full. So that's a win. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to drink it or not. But what I can tell you is it's day 7 of priming, and I gave up a lot of different things at one time, and I made a lot of changes all at once. Even somebody coming from eating low carb to transitioning to like a dirty keto to then moving on to carnivore, even for me, this has been a very tough transition. And
while there are many positives that I'm already seeing, such as my skin has cleared up significantly, my period symptoms are a lot better, my joint pain in my knee feels so much better. The biggest, kind of negative downfall of this has just been the having emotions and not knowing how to deal with them, because I was, treating my emotions with food and, caffeine and nicotine before, and fake sugars, flavors, things like that. And so I told my husband, I was like, I don't want anything earthly to have a hold on me like that. I don't want to be beholden to stevia. I don't want to be beholden to sweet flavors in my mouth. I'm going to keep priming. I'm definitely going to continue priming. What I'm trying to decide this evening is, am I going to put some stevia in coffee so I can drink enough coffee to make my mood a little bit better, to feel a little bit more normal, to help me as I'm adapting? That's really what the question is this evening. And I haven't decided, so I'll let you know.
I was not lying when I told you guys this was going to be a wild ride for week 1 of priming. This vlog was so long that it is actually now going to have a second part showing you week 2 of priming. So stay tuned for next week. And I am looking forward to seeing you guys there. If you like this video, please give it a like and comment down below. Tell me if you have done carnivore priming or if you are thinking about it. And based on this video, let me know if you think you might start. I'll see you guys in the next one.